going from talking about Nova's development and how they could use Sam Alexander to Young Avengers, apparently they are aiming to franchise this, and if you look at recent news and the direction they're definitely heading in after D23 with Miss Marvel and, of course, going down the road and having much younger actors cast like the new Hawkeye and, of course, Stature from Endgame, you start to understand, yeah, we're probably getting this, so active development doesn't really surprise me.
Nope.
We also sat there and were like, looking at everything that they are currently doing, what direction do you go in? Young Avengers is really one of the better ones. And it just sits there and it goes with the current pattern that they're doing. Everybody is younger because you have to be able to super franchise these people for 10, 15, 20 years.
I mean, you're probably a fool if you don't think that Miss Marvel isn't around for the next 20 years. Like, realistically, they're going to cast someone like 20-year-old top, and they're going to be there infinitely. Like, that character's going to live
unless Sony
on.
takes the rights back, and then, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of interesting content coming at us. I really wouldn't be surprised if Young Avengers does kind of introduce that whole element of younger legacy characters. Like, I have a feeling Amadeus Cho, like Hulk, is gonna happen. Like, maybe introduce him towards the end of She-Hulk. It wouldn't really surprise me, so they can build up another Hulk-like character. Because, I mean, somehow his comics have actually done really good compared to some of the other ones. Like, it always shocks me when I saw his comics on the sales. I was like, oh, he's holding his own.
Does he have any?
He used to.
He used to.
He had.
Currently, he's on. Was it Agents of Atlas? That's that one.
But
Which
then
is
again,
a really good series, Agents of Atlas.
it is. Here's something I do want to mention for people because I know they're going to say it in the comments. Miss Marvel can't hold her own comic. Nobody's going to watch this. Yep, y'all said that about every single other thing. Guess what? Iron Man couldn't hold a stable comic, neither could Captain America. And now they outsell Batman and Superman. So just...
Why is that even a question when Miss Marvel's never been cancelled?
Right? Like,
It's all about the rebranding, number one. That's the only, like...
Oh, yeah, the
weak talking...
the
weak talking point is that
Right.
she can't hold... Or a lot of these... legacy characters can't hold a comic because they're constantly rebranding all the comic runs with number ones, but that's for an entirely different reason.
That's
that
where
they
you're
can't
wrong.
hold the audience.
You're believing into the false narrative people are trying to sell you because they're forming their own narrative, but there's no truth to that. And just by looking at what Young Avengers like holds for the future, you can understand as somebody that's, let's say, 10 years old today, that's just now starting the MCU. They're going to get caught up, and next year they're going to go see, maybe let's go, I don't know, Eternals, and they have Disney Plus because the subscriber numbers for early indicators are looking like it's going to be huge. By the time they're 16 years old, and they're 16-year-old heroes running around in a movie called Young Avengers, yeah, that's gonna make a lot of money. So, like, I think people get stuck into this, like, mentality where they're like, but if they're turning me away, and I'm 40 now, and I started watching when I was 20, I don't want to stick around anymore because it's younger generations. I'm like, yeah, but that's what the old people said about the comic book movie too, and now even they've turned around and are watching it. So I think Young Avengers is kind of being positioned as literally a wave for the future of Marvel Studios, if that makes sense.
So here's a question. They currently have 12 members of the Young Avengers. Who do they introduce first?
Is it really 12? Is it that many?
I'm currently right now on Wikipedia because I don't know all of the Young Avengers. So we have Iron Lad, Hulkling, Patriot, Wiccan, Hawkeye, Stature, Vision, Speed, Kid Loki, Miss America, Marvel Boy, Prodigy. Yeah, and Prodigy's the last one.
Huh.
I know Patriot is kind of hard because
I'd say Patriot would be an interesting one, that problem to like get around. I don't know where you'd put that in.
Well, I think it was the Marvel and I think the estate that, like, what was it, created Patriot in the first place. They're having a little spat, so
Oh yeah, because they made the new one, didn't they?
Yeah. So it's like they don't know how they're gonna do Patriot if they do introduce him into Young Avengers, since they can't come to an agreement. Because I think like they completely wiped him from current continuity, or
Not
they made
sure.
it
He was in Marvel Comics 1000
Yeah.
the other week, so he's still in continuity to some extent. He's just nowhere at the minute.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a team, I think if you're looking at what you got now, you're obviously going to have Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
You do Wiccan and Speed for one division. I'd completely leave out Iron Lad because you need Kang for that, and they haven't set Kang up yet. So, you do Hulkling because you need Hulkling and Wiccan together.
Yeah.
Mr. America, I don't know because they're obviously setting up the Ultimates team with Captain Marvel, Black Panther, and Monica Rambeau. So she could be on either or both, I suppose.
Yeah, she really can.
And I think you mix up a bit and have the what's her name, Yelena Belova.
Oh yeah,
Black Widow, and you put her on there. That's what I do. Just like, here's a nice little simple team to start off with. Well, I say simple. You got Hulkling in there, and that's a hell of a thing to explain. And then you do it that way.
Now
maybe introduce others like in a sequel or something.
Here's to me what I think a lot of like this whole Young Avengers thing and building up an Ultimates and another Avengers brand. The way I look at it is they're like, okay, unless we have another Endgame style film, we're not passing 2 billion, because those characters that people have grown up with and all that, they're currently out. But the way I look at this is they're like, well, if we make a Young Avengers movie and that makes 1.2 billion, then you make another New Avengers, that makes 1.6 or something. If you release one of those every year, you kind of understand that you're coming up at least with the same amount of box office, but they're just spread out differently.
Yeah.
And I think I
that's the
understand,
question.
how they're approaching it.
Like, do you do Young Avengers as a movie, or do you do Disney Plus series?
I feel like that's going to be one that's going to be both. They can sit there and be able to be a part of a team movie-wise, and then to get more of their story, to add more of the characters and things like that, you put them onto Disney Plus. Like, I feel like that's going to be one of the ones that is both branding.
Like an Avengers Academy style, or maybe one or two members hang out in there, but in the movie, towards the end of the season, the rest of the characters show up. They're like, there's a bigger problem. Go watch the movie now. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, they're not going to put Avengers on Disney Plus, apart from the streaming movies. You're never going to get an Avengers series.
No.
But you want an Avengers name on there. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
Maybe call it Avengers Academy or something like that. It's probably a better name than Young Avengers. But...
Yeah.
If you do the Avengers Academy, you can sit there and even put it as a tribute to Iron Man, being like, he wanted to be able to do this. Here's Pepper being like, well, I need somewhere for our kid to be able to grow up because she's a little mini genius as well. So you can sit there and she creates a school, which is the Avengers Academy, and it's to help teach everyone that you can do a difference. You can be gifted or not gifted and have a way to be able to help society. Almost
no muties allowed, though.
Facts.
Almost like how the Wakanda outreach program was trying to do, and then they can come together and do that.
Yeah, so I don't know, I think Young Avengers, I would say this is like one of those things that's bound to happen. Like, it's such it's such a money maker with that name. It's like, you know exactly where this is going. And like, I can only imagine the merchandising, Young Avengers, like, oh my god, dude, this thing is gonna sell toys. Just imagine all the costumes, because
that's
what I'm saying.
Look at right now with the cartoon show, everywhere you are seeing those costumes, and especially because it's Halloween time, they are peaking.
You go to the Disney store, Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel are everywhere, and they're constantly restocking them because everybody's buying them. You're just like, oh my god, like, now you have a Young Avengers section at a Disney store? Oh boy, like, it's printing money, literally, and that's kind of the name of the game for these studios. So, I mean, again, we'll hear more about this sooner rather than later, I feel, so we'll get back to that when it's time.